fact, the whole situation seemed more suspicious.
You think? Hold on. You think? You think it looks suspicious? It's the goddamn woods, bitch. I'm ready. Bitch, I'm ready. It's gonna be a lot, I can tell.
I went to a bar with a couple friends one Saturday night.
Okay.
We got really drunk and eventually all spread out throughout the bar as we went to talk to different people. Long story short, I was having a bad night, and I wasn't feeling the whole bar scene really. I called an Uber home, which was about 15 minutes away. The Uber pulled up, but instead some old, crappy-looking 2003 or something Honda Accord pulls up in front of the bar. I knocked on the window and asked, "Mike?" He nodded, so I got in the passenger seat, only because the front seat was covered with books and other stuff that appeared to be junk.
He's not wearing Adidas. He's not. You can tell he's not. You want to know how? Because, first, I just want to let you know that Adidas, they can, if you're wearing them on your feet or whatever, if you have them close, but I'm talking like really close, by you or on your feet, they can speak to you inside your shits. So, if he was wearing Adidas at that point in time, right, his Adidas would have said, "Hey, get your shit together, sober the hell up, because this car is not, no, this is not the right shits. Sober the hell up, get your shit together, and run." That's all I'm saying. That's a... Ooh. Ooh.
In fact, the entire car was messy, the back seats too. He didn't seem like the kind of Uber driver to joke around and make conversation with. He was on the older side, not that old, but his hair was thinning, and based on what I could see of his face, he looked kind of unfriendly. So I kept silent. I was pretty drunk though, so I barely remember what I was doing. Probably drunk texting people and whatnot.
Sober the hell up.
I'm telling you, I was blackout drunk because I don't remember even getting out of the car. All I really remember is waking up the next morning and realizing my phone was missing. I checked everywhere. I practically turned my whole room upside down looking for it. Eventually, after hours of searching, I came to the unfortunate acceptance that I must have lost my phone the night before. I had my brother text all my friends asking if they had my phone. All of them said no. Then I remembered I recently activated Find My iPhone. I excitedly told my brother to track my phone using the Find My iPhone app. Sure enough, my iPhone came up on the map. It was a few miles away, on the much worse side of town, the part of town everyone knew not to go to. My brother agreed to come with me, not only to help track the phone, but to serve as backup if needed.
That's a good brother right there. That's a damn good brother. Agreeing to go in a clucked up situation. Kudos to you. Cause I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. No. I would be a horrible brother. Because I would have said, no. Go by yourself. Don't bring me into it. Cause you get clucked up. I'm more often than not, it's a likely chance that I'm gonna get clucked up too. And if I get clucked up too, I'm gonna cluck you up after I get clucked up. Cause I never wanted to come. You forced me. We're not doing this.
We pulled up to what appeared to be the house that the iPhone on the map was sitting over. It was a small box-like house. 2 windows in front, 1 window on the upper level. It was either 8 or 9 p.m., still early, so my brother and I went ahead and rang the doorbell. It didn't seem like the bell worked, though, so I knocked really hard on the door. We could actually hear footsteps on a creaky wood floor approaching the front door, then silence. There was a peephole in the door, so I had a feeling someone was watching us through it at that very moment. After an uncomfortably long silence, the door cracked open and someone asked who it is in a very raspy, almost familiar voice. We mentioned the lost iPhone situation. At first he played dumb, but when I turned to the driveway and recognized the old Honda Accord, I called him out for being my Uber driver and that I must have dropped my phone in his car. At this point he opened the door fully and revealed himself to indeed be my Uber driver. Now he acted like he remembered, but his whole persona and everything was disturbing. He clearly didn't know what social cues were, or forget that, he clearly just didn't know what social skills were. He told us to come in and shut the door behind us.
Fuck.
Then he told us to wait there while he went upstairs to find my phone.
Fuck.
I thanked him, and as creepy as the guy was, I felt relieved that I'd be getting my phone back. My brother and I stood in the tiny hallway of this man's tiny house.
I don't even need to say it. I'm just gonna wave this around. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna wave this around, and that's just what we gonna do. Okay? You don't have to go inside. You don't have to. I'ma just stay right at the doorstep. I'm not going inside your place. I don't know you. I've never been here before. Definitely haven't been on this side of town. So I'm not, you can just throw, once you get my phone, you can just throw it out the window, just toss it to me. I'm not going inside your house. Point blank, period. I'm not doing it. Sorry. They about to get clucked up. Both of them. How you don't go into a house you never...
It was so archaic inside. The finishing, the design, everything. The floral wallpaper covering all of the walls looks like it belonged in a house built in the 1930s. The stairs that the man walked up were creaky and sounded like they were ready to collapse.
Damn.
We heard the man walking around upstairs for a bit. The creakiness followed his every step until we heard him stop directly overhead. My brother and I patiently played the waiting game, with my checking my watch every minute or so. He seemed to be up there for a total of 10 minutes. My brother and I got so impatient at this point that we started calling up the stairs, asking the man if he needed help.
Wow.
We heard a slight creak in the floor right above us again, but he didn't call back. My brother told me to go upstairs and check if he needed help, so I hesitantly did.
Wow.
As I got halfway up the stairs, I realized it was insanely dark up there,
Wow.
which made me wonder how he could even possibly be looking for my phone. I got to the top. There seemed to be 3 open doors, one leading to a bathroom, the other 2 leading to bedrooms. All the lights were off except for a little hallway nightlight. I called out for the man again, to no avail. I called down the stairs to my brother, saying that all the lights were off and something wasn't right. He didn't answer for some reason. I checked the bathroom, empty. I was about to check one of the bedrooms, passing the door to the bathroom, but I stopped when I saw something through the crack of the bathroom door. The man, he was hiding behind the door, holding something in his hand. I felt like he was looking at me, but I didn't look for more than a second. I looked away and pretended I didn't notice. I had to get downstairs ASAP. I nervously called out to the man that I'd be going downstairs and that I'd be right back. I walked with a certain speed and jumped my step right to the stairs, at which point I booked it and screamed for my brother to follow me. My brother emerged from one of the other rooms downstairs after apparently snooping around, and without questioning it, followed me outside to the car.
Yo, bruh. I mean, I'm glad y'all left, but come on, yo. Y'all took way too long. Y'all was about to get clucked up. Thank goodness y'all didn't. But yo, come on. It must have been either you must have had either the iPhone 10, right, or X, or the Samsung Galaxy X S9. Any other phone? I mean, a phone is a phone. You can always get another phone. You can't always get another life. So what you doing? Just if you lost your phone, just work some doubles at your job for a couple of weeks, and then you can get a new phone. Or if you have insurance, You know, you can pay a little some and get a new phone. It's a phone. You can get a new phone. You can't get a new life. Think about it. And I can't believe you went further into the house. You fucking playing.
We drove down the block as I explained in full what happened. The next thing we did was dial 911 for the police. An officer showed up to the house where we returned, showed the officer the Find My iPhone app screen, and knocked on the door with the officer. The man would eventually answer, and the officer forced the man to fetch the phone. This time he did without hesitation. He went up the stairs and 10 seconds later came back down.
Wow.
My brother and I begged the officer to arrest him or do something, given that he looked as if he were waiting to strike me as he was behind that door. The officer said there was nothing he could do though, and I swear, as I said this, the Uber driver looked at me with the most disgusting, disturbing, and evil stare I'd ever seen. I gave him the middle finger and turned away as we left the house, which felt good slightly, but I still get scared thinking about seeing that man behind that door, very clearly holding something in his hand, most likely waiting to attack me if I were to see him. Before I got an iPhone 10, I used to have an iPhone 7.
Okay.
I was perfectly fine with that phone, and I never got a scratch on it. I'd probably still have that phone now if I didn't lose it. I always had the Find My iPhone feature enabled, however, just in case if I did lose it, I'd be able to track it. To this day, I still don't remember how or where I lost the phone. All I remember is I came home one day, quickly realized I didn't have my phone on me, and had a mini heart attack. I searched the whole house, my car, the pathway up to the house. I even drove back to all the locations I was in that night to look for it, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Then I remembered I could sign into my iCloud account from my laptop and track my iPhone using the Find My iPhone setting. So I drove home and did just that. Apparently my phone was coming up somewhere in the woods at the end of the village.
Oh, hell no!
None of my siblings were home at the time. They were all away at school, so I couldn't ask any of them to come with me. So it looked like I was heading out alone. My dad didn't want me to come because he had work early the next morning, but he let me take his phone with me to track my phone. It was a quick 5 to 10 minute drive to the woods. I parked on the grass on the side of the road. It seemed like I was maybe a minute walk north away. Obviously I brought my flashlight expecting to be following the trail into the woods. Now that I stood there though, the idea of going in there was a lot less appealing. In fact, the whole situation seemed more suspicious.
You think? Hold on. You think? You think it looks suspicious? It's the goddamn woods, bitch. What do you mean it looks suspicious? Whether you go at night or during the day, the woods is the woods. It's suspicious. It's the woods. Anything can happen in the woods. The woods is pre-game. So, what you doing? What you doing? Relax. Like I said, you can get a new phone. You probably can't get I understand that some people can't buy phones, whenever they want. But you can definitely, work your way up, get some money, and, work and get some money. Like, you can get a new phone by working, building your money up, and that's that. Or you can go in the woods during the day, which is still, clucked up. But I think it's a tiny bit better going in the woods during the day than at night. And it's a suspicious ass car right there.
Found my phone would be in the middle of the dark woods at 10 o'clock. I definitely shouldn't have come alone. But at this point, I didn't see much more of a choice than following the trail. The flashlight I had sucked. It barely lit up the trail 5 feet in front of me.
Wow.
Eventually, it seemed like I was right on the mark of the location for my phone. I did a full 360, examining my surroundings, but seeing nothing but darkness and trees.
It's a setup.
I started yelling for somebody to come out. It was the first time I heard my own voice in an hour, and it came out weak and unintimidating. When I called out, I heard a whispering come from beyond a few trees, and the east direction on my map. I yelled out again. Silence this time now. I started sending texts with my dad's phone to my phone, and I heard the dings coming from the same direction as the whispering.
Why did it?
I looked in that direction and saw the glow of a phone screen so bright that it lit up the figures of 2, maybe 3 men standing behind a line of trees.
Damn!
At that exact moment, I had a realization in my head that I was in way over my head being in those woods alone, and that my iPhone was in no way worth risking my life.
Right?
I turned the flashlight off and ran back down the trail as fast as I could, back to my car. By the time I got back, my phone could no longer be located on the Find My iPhone app, meaning it was either broken, disconnected, or turned off. I have checked a few times since then if the phone comes up on the map. It never has, though. I think I made the right choice running away. I don't think any possession would be worth approaching a group of people like that in the woods.
I mean, unless it's a kitty cat. You feel me? I'm gonna stop. Sorry.
I recently lost my iPhone. It was a 5C, a really old one. I was due for another one anyway, but let me tell you the story of how I lost it. I had admittedly been drinking one night on the weekends, and at some point in the night I lost my phone. Later on in the night, when my friends and I sobered up a bit, I asked one of my friends to let me use their phone to track mine using the Find My iPhone thing. It wasn't too far actually, only a mile away from us, but that meant someone took my phone. My friend Ryan and I took a drive to this abandoned warehouse building. Of course, it had to be an abandoned building. We found a way inside, with only Rye's phone flashlight to use for navigation.
What's this wee stuff? Cluck this wee stuff. You can go inside. I'm gonna stay right outside. I'm gonna stay outside. You can go right. You can go ahead. I'll wait for you. I'm not going inside. 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 I'm gonna stay right here. You can go inside. And I'm gonna stay my scary ass here. And if I hear anything pop off, anything suspicious, anything scary coming within the building, I'm running. I love you, but I'm leaving you behind. If you catch up, bravo. If you don't, maybe we can talk about it the next morning. Grab a bite to eat and get some coffee, and we can talk about this. If we make it out alive. Just saying.
This was cold, full of trash and rubble, and every little sound created an echo. We heard yelling coming from upstairs, from what sounded like 2 people. Ryan and I figured one of them had to have my phone. So still, with a slight amount of liquid confidence in us, we found a stairway that led to the next level. We came to a hallway, which was disturbingly silent. The only thing to break the silence was a bang from a nearby locker room type area. Ryan and I both tried hard to make our presence known so that we wouldn't surprise any potentially dangerous people. We entered this kind of changing room area, or whatever it was, but it had a bunch of lockers. No one was in the room. Ryan started checking the lockers out of desperation, which made a lot of noise, I guess, because we heard a deep voice from another room call us over and said that they had what we were looking for. I was about to walk into the adjacent room, but Rye put his hand on my shoulder to stop me and put his finger on his lips as he went, shh. He was doing something on his phone. I didn't know what until I heard my ringtone and the vibration of my phone coming from one of the lockers.
Ooh, why did that?
There were too many to distinguish quick enough which one it could be. I started checking the ones where the sound could have been coming from before Rye pulled me by the arm and told me, let's go. I told him, wait, let me get my phone first, but he kept saying, no, let's go. By the time we got to the car, we had a long discussion about what was going down in there, or what was about to go down. Rye was positive we were walking straight into a trap, How he was so sure was because as I was checking the lockers for my phone, he spotted someone's head behind one of the walls to the adjacent room. They were peering their head in just barely, making it obvious they were hiding and had questionable intentions. It wasn't the end of the world. It was an old iPhone that wouldn't have been worth much anyway. It was much better to escape with our wallets, or even our lives instead.
Really though? An iPhone 5C? A 5C? Isn't that the plastic chip? Like really? I can see why you would go back for an iPhone 10 or S9, but a 5C? Wow. I honestly, I don't know if I have my iPhone turned like what is it? Find My iPhone. Like I don't know if I have that turned on my iPhone, but nevertheless, because I don't think I have ever used it before. Because I don't ever lose my iPhone. I take pretty good care of my stuff. But I can assure you, if I ever did lose my iPhone and the Find My iPhone was turned on my phone and I lost my phone and I used that and my iPhone was in a specific, like it was like either in a specific part of town where I never go because of some really sus shit, or if it's in some wood, it's like I'm not about to risk my life because of a phone. It's a phone. And I understand that some people, they like their lives revolve around their phone. Like they do work on their phone. They do, they do some activities that they use their phone every single day. Some people use it more than others. All I'm saying is a phone is a phone, and you can always get another phone. Whether you can get a phone, the next day or the next 2 months, you can always get a new phone, right? But you can't always get a new life. You can't get a new life. So if you about to risk your life over a phone, especially a 5C, you got to get your shit together, like for real, because you not like, nah, that's crazy. Oh, it's a phone. And I'm tired of hearing these stories, and there's one person that goes into the clucked up that like they're about to go into the clucked up situation, right? But right before they go into that situation, they bring somebody else with them. No, I was about to call you a bitch. No, don't bring nobody else with you into a clucked up situation, because I don't want to go down. You're not taking me down. You're not about to do that. Because if you take me down and we end up surviving, right, the next day, oh, we're gonna have some fucking problems. That's first and foremost. Getting that out the way. We're gonna have some problems. Because I told you I didn't want to go. But you forced me. And now you got clucked up and I got clucked up. If I would have said no and I would have stayed my scary ass home or in a safe place, I would have never got clucked up. But no, you wanted to bring me with you, so we both got clucked up. I'm tired of that. Stop doing that. And I know there's people out there watching this. Stop bringing people with you in a scary paranormal, there we go, clucked up situation. Stop doing that. Go by yourself. Stop bringing people with you. I mean, I understand that you're scared and you want some protection, but no, you're not bringing me with you. You're not bringing me with you. But yeah, man, I think one of the reasons why I don't use Find My iPhone is because what if I do lose my phone and it's in and I look it up to see where it is, and it's in a scary ass part of the town, or a sketchy ass sus ass part of the town, or it's just somewhere really sus. I'm gonna leave it right there, and that's it. I'm just gonna give me a new phone. I'm not doing it. I'm not, like, sorry. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my family.